evening. This is Dr. Williams, the CIU Nation, Cavada Backward School of Law. This is CIU Podcast, and I'm here today with Dr. Williams and
Professor Chris Kempson.
So we're here with another episode of the podcast, our weekly podcast for the university. There are different things we want to talk about today. Those on the podcast listening and our YouTube listener. We wanted to just discuss some things about the U.S. legal system, the structure of the U.S. legal system. And what we're concerned about is somebody from high school, somebody who's coming in and wants to know, can I just practice law? Can I just go to law school? What can I do? And I was thinking that sometimes, people think it's impossible to study law. And some young people think they can just go to law school. I mean, even for the Bachelor of Law that we have, it's a different structure when it comes to law school. So we know students, they have to go finish high school, then they have to go to college, obtain a first degree, a bachelor degree, and then law is an advanced degree. So then they apply to law school, and probably after through the process, they finally get to be admitted. And then after law school, they can, of course, they come to the practice, they're taking the bar, all of that. But look, instead of me going through all that, let you, Professor Kempson, let me let you be the one to explain, just explain the basic structure of the U.S. Legal system.
Well, I thank you, Dr. Williams, and good morning, listeners, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. The study of law, as Thomas Jefferson once said, the study of law qualifies a man to be useful to himself, to his neighbors, and to the public at large. So why study law? Well, the United States was founded as a nation of law, representative democracy under the rule of law. And that being said, it's all citizens' responsibilities to understand the law and how their place as citizens in the country relate to the law around us. The law is in every aspect of our life. And actually, once you go to law school, after you finish your first year, you will discover that the law actually touches every aspect of your life in normal everyday activities. Everything from buying a car to going to eat at a fast food restaurant. So the study of law itself is a very exciting field and exciting endeavor to study. Mm-hmm. That being said, as Dr. Williams, as you mentioned this a few minutes ago, the requirements are, of course, you have to have a bachelor's degree. And ideally, that bachelor's degree would be in some type of legal discipline or critical reasoning analytical discipline, such as criminal justice, such as there is pre-law, public policy, political science, government, things of that nature that would help you prepare better for law school. Our legal system in the U.S. is basically, we are what's called a federalist system. The Constitution was originally designed as federal laws, and the states themselves would then enact laws to govern the states individually.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
As far as the legal or the court system is set up, the Constitution sets up the federal system, and then the states mirror the federal systems. Sure. So basically, you have the supreme law of the land, which is interpreted and set down by the Supreme Court of the United States. Under the Supreme Court, you have 13 U.S. courts of appeals. And then under the U.S. courts of appeals, you have the trial courts, which are 94 U.S. district courts. The states have similar judicial systems where you have state supreme courts being the chief or the supreme law of the land for the states. Then you have the various intermediate or appellate courts for those, most, I think it's 39 out of 50 states have intermediate or appellate courts. And then the lowest courts or the entry courts are the magistrates and or the state various trial courts across all 50 states.
Right. So then, of course, we said, as we begin to learn out of different systems, whether you're federal or those kind of things, you begin to first, when you know that you're in high school or college, we want you to have very good writing skill, and we want you to have
Yes.
a good communicator, have good, be able to convey your ideas and clearly, and have very good comprehension skill, understanding what you read, because that here we say do a lot of reading in law school, but if you don't comprehend what you're reading, it's far more challenging to communicate it. So, of course, eventually you once you learn the ropes, you can schedule your reading, you can figure out the reading, you can find a way to make it easier. But again, that skill to write, the skill to read well and comprehend and to communicate well is a one of the bedrock principles that all aspiring lawyers have to learn. And then, of course, that when you get in the system, we will learn critical thinking and analyzing things through the communication. They also learn we teach them all of the foundational law principles, but then they do a lot of research, right? A lot of reading, a lot of research. And that is a skill that is so beneficial for lawyers that are coming up. So yeah, thank you so much, Professor Chris. You cover the basic principle they need to understand. When you come to law school, it's not that you can learn it, you can come once you have your first degree. You can apply them in law schools. If we're going to be careful, they got a top law school, top tier you can apply to. Plus, of course, very expensive. Then the second, third tier you can apply to. And of course, you got to also always understand the purpose of going to law school and whether you really want to, have the huge financial burden. These days, we got different alternative means of learning law, and that's what we provide at CIU Berkeley College of Law, helping students not to be burdened with their 100,000, 200,000 loan, but I mean, maybe around, 10, 20,000 or something like that. But giving them the right kind of skill that they need to be effective in just knowing the same knowledge they need. And we have a different system we discussed in our next video. Anyway, you want to add some more? Maybe in our next video, maybe we can discuss the criminal procedure system, some of the other legal systems we discussed in the other videos.
I look forward to it.
Okay, well, thank you all, and watch out for our next video. Thank you so much.